Today the chest. It was a request that I do some chest pec bouncies. So there you go. My first part of the movie just kind of showed you a little bit of what I was doing in the first month, and this kind of at the second month, the same thing. I don't really do a lot of crazy stuff for show prep. Someone explained it to me a while ago, I don't remember who. You're trying to land a plane. You're trying to take yourself from a certain point out and slowly take it into where you're show ready. You want to land that plane 2 weeks prior to the actual show date. This way you can eat into the show and fill those muscles up with the carbs necessary so that you can actually look good. And when you're like 10 days out, 14 days out, you can sit there and just like do a no carb, zero, I'm talking other than what you're getting in your vegetables, all the way up until like the Wednesday if your show's on a weekend. And then you can start loading up that night and your body just really bounces, but we'll get to that as the videos progress. I showed you pictures from April 18th, and that's when I first started taking pictures. Now, like I stated before, I actually started my diet probably a month prior to this, moving from Japan to America. Now, because I was moving, I wasn't too picky, too strict. If all of a sudden, we went out to go eat something, I would do that. But I didn't go crazy. If we had pizza, I'd have a couple slices. If we went and did, hamburgers or whatever, I'd have a hamburger. I'd take off the bun, that kind of stuff, So I tried to stay away from any simple carbs. Now, when I get closer, and of course this is not close, so we were in April, then every week I took photos so I can actually watch my progression. The years prior I didn't do that, and I think I lost, because there's a lot of knowledge you can get. You can actually watch your body. You'll start to second guess yourself. You'll sit there and go, God, am I really doing this right? Is this working? Because you cannot, when you look in the mirror, your eyes kind of deceive you. They lie. You sit there, oh yeah, look at me, but really you're like, ooh, when you get a photo and you hold a pose, and especially from the back, you don't know what you look like. But when you capture that, it actually shows you what you got going on, and you'll be like, oh, okay, so you start to second guess, you start to get worried, but you gotta give it time. That's what's nice about starting so far out. You can do it nice and slow. So like I said, I'll put photos in as I'm talking, or I'll probably cut it up, not talking, here's some photos, more talking, here's some photos, so you can actually see what I was doing. April to May, then I start to change things a little bit more. I start to actually do a little bit of calorie counting to a degree. I started to use the MyFitnessPal just to kind of see where I'm at. So I actually sit there and say, okay, well, here's what I ate today, and I'll plug that sucker in, and I would sit there and say, okay, you're doing this many calories, whatever that was. I don't eat a lot of calories. I tried before to like bust my numbers up to like 4,000-5,000 a day. It's very difficult for me, and even now I'm doing a clean. I don't want to call it a bulk. It's a clean gain, where I'm actually trying to gain some muscle. I'm at 200 pounds right now. So I'm 30 days from the show. Yeah, it's actually right on 30 days from when I was on stage. I was 184, and right now I'm 200 pounds. So I feel great. I'm you know, getting stronger. I'm not where I was prior to April. When I'm lifting dumbbells, I'm benching. Those numbers are coming back, but I'm off a good 40 pounds probably in dumbbells. I'm off probably what, 90 pounds in a bench. You know, it's a lot. There's a lot of stuff because I don't do that. I don't lift heavy weight. I don't try to max anything. And maxing stuff isn't for a bodybuilder anyway. Depending on what you're trying to achieve is how you work out. Last year, my weak spot was my legs. This year, the judges told me that my legs actually overpowered my upper body. Which really kind of floored me. If you went back 4 or 5 years, the judges will eventually tell you your legs are going to be bigger than... I probably would have slapped you because you're trying to tease me is what I would have thought. But that once I left the military, I didn't have to run anymore. I do cardio all the time, but running will eat into that muscle. If you do HIIT, that's fine. And I do some of that every once in a while if I feel froggy. But at 50, froggy doesn't come that often. I like to do steady state. I like to walk. I like to speed walk. I like to sit there and have resistance on the treadmills or the stair steppers and stuff. And I love the stair stepper because as you get older, you won't even know it. But when I've taken photos, I do that step back with the leg, and you'll have a little sagginess in your ass. I call it the old man ass syndrome. And guys don't know that happens. Your lower butt cheek, especially as you lose weight, the fat is gone, and you have this hanging flesh that's there. And I always tell folks, no one wants to see your bubble gum. So by doing the stair stepper, the steady state, and you focus on how you're walking, and also walking lunges, or you do any of those exercises that people like to make fun of, the girls, where you have leg kickbacks and stuff like that. You want to do as many as those you can because that tightens those areas up. And this way, when you do that kickback and you hit it, you get striated glutes. That upper hamstring looks amazing. So you want to focus on these areas. And the nice thing about posing and taking pictures is you can see these things pull in as your diet progresses. I believe I've touched enough. This video's already gone too long. It's what, 7 minutes? I promise to have small digestible tidbits of information each time, and I'll add a few more photos at the end of this so that you can see how I progressed through a few of the weeks. And I'll make another video hopefully tomorrow if I'm have enough energy to do it. So have a good night, eat lots of food, healthy, get good sleep, and I'll see you at the gym.